Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tank be chopping, and I'm back with another haircut tutorial. Alright guys, what we gonna be doing on this cut is a number 4 on top, mid fade, lining up the beard, you know what I'm saying, adding some enhancements, making this cut look good, taking it to the next level, you know what I'm saying. So as you can see what I'm doing right here, guys, I have my number 4 guard and I'm using my JRL Fresh Fade 2020C, I think that's what it's called, but I'm using my JRL clippers. And as you can see, I got my number 4 guard on my clipper and I'm just going over the top of my client's head. So my client here recently, he had like a man bun, you know what I'm saying, he just recently cut it all off, you know what I'm saying. So he's been experimenting with new looks. He had got a taper last time. This time he decided to do a number 4 on top and a mid fade. So that's what we doing. I have my number 3 guard on my clipper now. My lever is all the way open and I'm just debulking the side area, you know, right about that parietal ridge area with my number 3 open, and then I'm gonna close my lever all the way and then I'm gonna come right below that. And this is just a debulking technique that helps me. I feel that it speeds up my haircuts a little bit, so that's one reason why, you know, I like to do it at the beginning of my haircuts. And as you can see, we're just working our way all the way around. Alright, so now that that is done, I'm taking my trimmers, I am using my wall detailers, and I'm setting in my bald guideline. You know, we're going to set it in all the way around the head. And y'all know how I like to do it, guys. I like to drop my face down in the back slightly, so that's what I'm doing here. So to help speed things up a little bit, sometimes I like to go ahead and line up the beard if they're getting a beard trim. And the reason for this is I already have the trimmers in my hand. So you know what I'm saying, why not go ahead and line them up? Just because I'm already gonna line up the beard, so I might as well do it while the trimmers are in my hand. And it helps take away some of the excess time from switching from clipper to clipper. And I don't do this all the time, guys. I just do it, you know what I'm saying, sometimes. I decided to do it here because I had a client after him, and recording my videos actually takes me a little longer, so I wanted to be a little quicker with it. So I decided to go ahead and line up this side of the beard while I already had the trimmer in my hand. And as you can see, we're just tapping at this beard in this this mustache area. We're just going over it the same way we did it last time. And now I'm going in with my Barber shaver, and I'm coming right below that line. I know a lot of people are scared to come up to that line, and you want to stay right below it, like literally like 1/8 of an inch or so right below it. And the closer you get to that line, you want to relieve some pressure and flick out, you know what I'm saying. And I feel that this helps make the client's haircut last a little longer. Like if you don't do this, then you're not going to bring that baldness all the way up, and it's going to grow out a lot quicker than if you brought that baldness all the way up. Alright guys, so now we're moving into the actual fade work. I have my lever all the way open and I'm coming up a section. I'm going to be coming up about 3/4 of an inch to an inch. Since this lever does open up a little more, I am going to probably stretch this, well not probably, but I am going to have this initial guideline open up a little more, you know, raised up a little higher. And now I'm going in with my 1 guard lever open. And same thing, I'm coming up about 3/4 of an inch or so using a slight flick out motion. And as you can see, I'm being really consistent with it, you know what I'm saying, going over it a couple times, just making sure it's to that length that I need it to be. And then as you saw me do right there, I just closed my clippers all the way and I'm attacking that bottom line. And as you can see, it's getting that line out pretty good. And the reason why it is because these clippers open up a little more. So they do open up to about a 1 opposed to my other clippers, which open up to about a 1/2. So since there was a slight faint line there, I put my 1/16 guard on my clipper. I opened up my clipper halfway and I'm just, you know, attacking this line, just erasing these little discrepancies that I see. And as you can see me do right there, guys, I'm adjusting that lever as needed to get this, you know, this line to go away. And now I'm going in with my 1.5 guard, lever all the way open. And as you can see, I'm coming up using a slight flick out motion. And remember guys, I used a 3 to debulk the sides. So this 1.5 open, it should pretty much fade into that 3 close. And the reason for that is, remember, the lever opens up a little more. So this is a little longer than a 2 with the 1.5 open on this clipper. And then as you see me do right there, I just adjusted my lever closed and started attacking these discrepancies towards the bottom of that section. So now here is my 2 guard, and even though I said for the most part it fades into that 3, I'm gonna use this just to clean it up, just to detail it a little bit, and just to make it look a lot nicer. And as you saw me do there, I closed my clipper, because remember guys, you're gonna have to adjust that lever as needed to get these blends to come together. So now I'm going back in with my 3 guard, just cleaning up any discrepancies towards the top of this haircut. And as you can see, I'm going in, you know, towards the back, he's got like a little swirl right there. So I'm trying to be careful, but at the same time, I need to bring that down and make sure it fades in to the whole haircut, you know, nice and neat. All right, so now that that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and go towards the bottom of my fade and try to take out this bottom line. I'm going in with my lever all the way closed, and I'm just flicking at that line. And as you can see, it's erasing this line, not 100%, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to go back in with my trimmers and get that bottom line out. But for the most part, as you can see, it's coming out. And then I adjusted my lever 2 notches open, and I'm coming up slightly. You know, I don't want to come all the way up to where I did with my lever all the way open, but I'm just coming up a little bit more from what I did with my lever all the way closed. That way it starts to blend into my lever all the way open and into the rest of this haircut. And you'll see me adjusting my lever as needed, guys, just to take away any discrepancies that I do see in this cut towards the bottom of this fade. And now my lever is all the way open, and what I'm doing here is I'm doing some slight corner blending, you know what I'm saying, I guess you can call it point cutting with the clippers also, and I'm just attacking any discrepancies that I see towards the higher end of this initial section that I put in. And as you can see, I'm really using the ends of my clipper, or the edges of my clipper, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not trying to take off too much hair, so that's why I'm doing it like that, and I'm making sure I'm using a nice flick out motion. And now I believe this is my 1 guard, and I'm just adjusting that lever as needed. And so now I'm moving on to some actual detail work. So everything I do after these steps is going to be detail work. So this is my 1, adjusting my lever as needed to get this blend to come together. And this is my 1/16 or my 0 guard, doing the same exact thing, adjusting that lever as needed to get this blend to come together. So remember guys, I said that bottom line was really faint, so I'm going back in with my wall detailers. These were the trimmers that I put my initial guideline in with, and I'm gonna go ahead and use these trimmers to take out that bottom line. And as you can see, I'm using the corner of that trimmer because I don't want to take off too much hair and I don't want to come too high. So now that that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and line up his front edge up. So I'm starting off with my first initial guideline in the middle of his hairline, or the middle of his forehead, the middle of his hairline on this forehead, and I'm moving my way over little by little. And as you can see, I have that brush in my hand, and I'm continuing to brush that hair down. And the reason for that is sometimes the hair gets pushed up, sometimes it doesn't lay the way the hair is supposed to lay. So you got to make sure you keep brushing that hair down. And I'm also using this brush also because it brushes away all the extra debris. And these trimmers that I'm using right here, guys, these were actually the Gold FX. I just got them custom painted. This was before you can even do the custom FX, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had these purple ones before, and these were like my go-to trimmers for a long time. Really like them. They really work well. They're really good for lining. So I put them back out, you know what I'm saying? I like to go through some of my trimmers and just, you know, just use different tools that I have. But anyways, going back into this cut, now I'm just fading in the beard, and now I'm moving on to the opposite side. And the opposite side of this haircut, guys, we're going to be doing the same exact thing that we did on the left side. So everything we did to the left side, we're doing to the right. So I'm starting off with my lever all the way open. I may switch up some of my steps a little bit, but for the most part, it's going to be the same exact steps. This is my 1 guard open, setting in my next section. And then I'm adjusting that lever closed to get out that line. Now I'm going in with my 1/16 guard or my 0 guard, cleaning up any discrepancies in between those 2 sections. And now here's my 1.5 guard, lever open. And as you can see, this blend is coming together. Now once again, guys, I did speed this side of the haircut up just, you know, for the sake of time. But like I said, same steps I did on the left side. So if you want to go over them steps, just rewind this video and go back and check that out. I am using, once again, guys, the JRL 2020, the Fresh Fade 2020 Cs. Good clipper, super quiet. I like that they open up a little more. I haven't used them a lot, but I tend to go back to different tools. Like I said earlier in this video, guys, I just like to go back and use different tools every now and then just to see if they still working good or if I still got it, you know what I'm saying? And as y'all can see, this blend is coming together, so y'all know your boy can still get down with these clippers. And once again, guys, I like putting out videos with different clippers, different trimmers, because I just feel that it gives y'all different content. It gives y'all a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone uses the same exact clippers, so I feel that me using different clippers will help y'all get an understanding of how to use any clipper. And the reason why I say that, guys, is 9 times out of 10 you can use the same system with any clipper. So if you know what I'm saying, just follow your same steps and use it on a different clipper, and I promise you it's gonna come out pretty good. Now you might have to go back in and do some more detailing than normal, but if you use any clipper with any guards and use your same system, it'll give you a good base, and you can just go back in and clean it up. And that's how I learned how to cut with all these different tools. Like everyone always asks me, like, bro, how are you know, how can you use any tool and still get a good product? Because I stick to my guns, you know what I'm saying? Like I use the same exact system that I always use. 9 times out of 10 I use it, especially when I'm switching clippers, just to make sure that I can get the fade done correctly and make sure my client's haircut looks nice. And then if I want to switch it up later on, when I figure out how they cut a little more, then I can switch up my steps. You know, I can use a 1.5, or you know, go from the clipper open to a 1.5, or fade down from the 3 to the 2 to the 1.5, and then fade up. So it's all just based on what your system is, and then you just use that and you tweak it a little bit with each clipper. And that's just my little 2 cents on how I use all these clippers, guys. But anyways, going back into this haircut, as you can see, I'm lining up my client now. I had the hot towel on my client. Now I'm going back in and hitting them with that razor, just getting these lines nice and sharp. We are going to add enhancements. We're going to do the no drip by 245, and we're also going to add some hair topics just to make sure that line looks nice and sharp and nice and natural. Remember, guys, when you're lining up your client with the razor, you want to make sure to stretch that skin back, and the reason for that is it lessens the chance of you nicking your client. And once again, if y'all hear any static, I want to apologize. I think some of my wires are messed up. You know, I put my mic and stuff in my bag, so I think sometimes the wires get messed up from being in my bag. But nonetheless, your boy's still getting the job done. And as you can see, I'm hitting the top edge up on my client with the razor right now. And now we're gonna go in with that no drip from 245. If you are interested in this gun, I said it on my last video, this gun is like one of the best guns I've ever used. Super powerful, stays charged for a long time. The link is in my description, so y'all check that out if you're looking for a new gun. This gun is super good, man. Like probably one of my most favorite guns that I've ever used, especially when it comes to doing these enhancements. It just works really well, guys. But as you can see, your boy is putting them enhancements on there, trying not to make it look too fake. I want to make it look nice and natural, but at the same time, I want to darken everything up. That way it looks nice and crisp. All right, so now I'm hitting my client with some hairspray, and I'm going to put in these hair fibers. And once I'm done with these hair fibers, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my client with some hairspray one more time just to lock these hair fibers in place. Alright, so now that is done, what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm just going back in and making sure this line is super crispy. So I'm just taking off all the extra hair fibers, retouching up his line, making sure everything is in the place that it needs to be, and make sure that this line is nice and crisp. And if you want to, after this, you can go back in with the razor. I believe I did it, I just didn't record it. But anyways, guys, check it out. This is how my client came into the shop looking. It's been about 2 weeks since the last cut, you know what I'm saying? He needed a cut, it's been a good while. And this is the finished product. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut in the comment section, guys. If y'all like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe one time for your boy. Remember, guys, if you want to book an appointment with your boy, you can go to my website, tankbechopping.com. You can book an appointment. But remember, guys, you got to be in the Houston, Texas area. If you want me to record it for YouTube, make sure to put that in the comment section, and I'll do my best to record it for YouTube. But basically, guys, that's it. Let me know what y'all think about this cut. Let me know what y'all think about these clippers. Anything, guys, like, y'all let me know. Remember, the link to the airbrush gun is in my description. And that's basically it, YouTube. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, let's go. Yeah.